friends, this is Johnny Mitchum and his gang playing you a pretty number. It's called the Arkansas Waltz. As you know, Missouri, it has the Missouri Waltz, and Kentucky, it has the Kentucky Waltz, and Tennessee, it has the Tennessee Waltz. Why not Arkansas have the Arkansas Waltz? Looking down at the Arkansas River, out under an Arkansas moon, were the beauty and light of a wonderful night. Seems the part of the dance and the tune, while guitars and fiddles were playing, we vowed that we'd never be false to the love and the light we discovered that night when they played the Arkansas Waltz. Life's had problems, but we've stuck together. We've grown old, but that music still thrills, and our love, young and strong, like the river, goes on by the moon and the stars and the hills. So tonight, let us go back, my darling, to that river where memory recalls, and let our hearts dance to the sleighing romance of that beautiful Arkansas waltz. With music and love are eternal, in a land where all lovers are true, I will meet you, my love, in that fair land above, and will recall all the joys that we do, as we stroll by that beautiful river, in that land where no tears ever fall. We'll remember the bliss of our first love and kiss when they played the Arkansas Waltz.
I'm leaving dear old Aussie land on a rocket ship, so if you want to stay on Earth, you'd better take my tip. For I thought that they were joking when they talked about this flight, and when I volunteered for it, they locked me in real tight. I look out from the hatchway, I see them down below. They light the fuse and run away and hope that it will go. Then someone waves a hand to me and I hear a mighty zoom. So it looks like I'm gonna be the first man on the moon. Oh, da-dee, oh, da-dee-da-do-da-dee, oh, da-dee-da-do-da-dee, oh, da-dee-da-do-dee, ah, dee-da-do-da-dee, oh, da-dee-da-do-da-dee, oh, da-dee-da-do-da-dee, oh, da-dee-da-dee. Now when I look around, I see I've got a radio. A message there says turn the knob and select your favorite show. So I flick the switch and spin the dial, and what do you think I hear? The top disc jockey on the moon play the pub has got no beer. Just then I hear a squeal of brakes and I see another rocket, commanded by the witch doctor, and the crew is Davy Crockett. They say come and have a meal, old chap, it'll make you feel real grand. For our waitress is Diana, and our chef, the little blue man. I tell 'em I'm Tom Dooley and won't have time, you see. I'm just in front of the sheriff, heading for Tennessee. They all wish me bon voyage and say they'll see me soon. So I go back to the radio and the announcer from the moon. Oh-da-dee, oh-da-dee-da-dee, 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 ah-dee-da-dee, oh-da-dee-da-dee, oh-da-dee-da-dee, oh-da-dee-da-dee. Now if you're asked to take this trip, heed what I've had to say. You'll probably be a hero and a long, long way away. They might even write a song to you, everyone would know the tune, but you'll never get the royalties if you're the first man on the moon.
Across the valley, my cowboy calls to me, as he whistles in the breeze, it comes floating through the trees, and I know he'll be here soon, neath the bright old silvery moon. Riding on our ponies, it is a lovely sight, the golden wattle gleaming in the pale moonlight. The wise old owl stops hooting and Curlew ceases to cry as we ride in the moonlight beneath the velvet sky. As we ride along, we sing this little song, gently swaying in the breeze are the lofty blue gum trees. The stars shine in the sky and the clouds float up on high. But we're happy just to be sitting neath our old gum tree.
There's an old guitar strumming, there's a fiddle as sweet to the songs of the drovers from out back you'll meet. There's nobody lonesome, morbid or drear, 'cause we're pressed in the bar of the pub with more beer. Now you've all heard the story, 'tis sad to relate. The pub with no beer, you all know its fate. Well, here is another so happy and gay. The quota arrived at the old pub today. The parade train rolls on through the dust and the heat, across the hills and the plains, headed for Dingo Creek. The whistle is blowing and the boys give a cheer, for they hear in the distance the train with more beer. There's Clancy and Saltbush with young Harry Dale. Through the bush telegraph, they all got the mail that the freight trains are rolling, loaded with cheer, headed to Dingo Creek and to the pub with no beer. The stockmen I hear from the stations out back, and many old-timers come in off the track. They're smiling, they're happy, you'll hear them all say, our quota's arrived at the old pub today. There's an old guitar strumming, there's a fiddle as sweet, to the songs of the drovers from out back you'll meet. There's nobody lonesome, morbid or drear, 'cause we're pressed in the bar of the pub with more beer.
There's a spot out on the prairies where cows love to roam, around the little old log shack and always go my home. At night I lie and listen where the coyotes sing this song, around the little old log shack and always go my home. Where the coyote howdy in the lonesome time of the day, go on around the little home. Oh, the moon goes bright on the little old shack tonight, my little old log shack, oh my babe. Years ago I had a sweetheart, the joy of my life. One night I asked the best I could, she would be my wife. We had the sweetest honeymoon where we would live alone. That little old log shack, I can always call my home. Next day we go riding up to my home to be. She said she's never happy till she was alone with me. But when she saw my paradise, she seemed to take a fright, and all at once she gave a scream, could never be your wife. You haven't got no electric light, you must live alone. That little old log shack, I can always call my home. Where the coyotes howdy on the lonesome time of day, go on around the little home. Oh, the sun shines bright on the little old shack tonight, my little old log shack, you all must be. I never seen her since the night she gave me back her ring, and when she left me, I started in this thing. You never hurt my feelings, you left me here alone, for I'm a happy cowboy out where the doggies roam. Tonight I lie and listen by the light of the yellow moon, around the little old log shack and always call my home. Where the coyotes howdy on the lonesome time of day, go on around the little home. Oh, the sun shines bright on the little old shack tonight, my little old log shack, you won't must say.
There was a redback on the toilet seat when I was there last night. I didn't see him in the dark, but boy, I felt his bite. I jumped high up into the air, and when I hit the ground, that crafty redback spider wasn't nowhere to be found. I rushed into the missus, told her just where I'd been bit. She grabbed a cutthroat razor blade and I nearly took a fit. I said, just forget what's on your mind and call a doctor, please, 'cause I've got a feeling that your cure is worse than the disease. There was a redback on the toilet seat when I was there last night. I didn't see him in the dark, but boy, I felt his bite. And now I'm here in hospital, a sad and sorry plight. And I cursed the redback spider on the toilet seat last night. I can't lay down, I can't sit up and I don't know what to do. And all the nurses think it's funny, but that's not my point of view. I tell you it's embarrassing, and that's to say the least, that I'm too sick to eat a bite while that spider had a feast. And when I get back home again, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make that redback suffer for the pain I'm going through. I've had so many needles that I'm looking like a sieve, and I promise you that spider hasn't very long to live. There was a redback on the toilet seat when I was there last night. I didn't see him in the dark, but boy, I felt his bite. And now I'm here in hospital, a sad and sorry plight, and I cursed the redback spider on the toilet seat last night.
I've been a wayward wanderer and found I'd like to rest in my home up in the mountains, the place I love the best. I wander to the city in quest of gayer time, but now I am returning to my home up in the pine. So ring your bell, bell, bird, you're calling me back home to my home up in the mountains. No more I will roam, for there will be contentment and my heart will be at ease, where the velvet call at evening walks on the mountain breeze. Ring, ting-a-ling-a-ring, ting-a-ling-a-bell-bird. Ring, ting-a-ling-a, call me back home. Ring, ting-a-ling-a-ring, ting-a-ling-a-bell-bird. Ring, ting-a-ling-a, call me back home. It seems I hear the bellbird in the valley far below. It brings back old-time memories of days of long ago. So I'm finished with my wandering, and I'm going to settle down in this quiet little valley, about 100 miles from town. So ring your bell, bell, bird, you're calling me back home to my home up in the mountains. No more I will roam, for there will be contentment and my heart will be at ease, where the velvet call at evening folks on the mountain breeze. Ring, ting-a-ling-a-ring, ting-a-ling-a-bell-bird. Ring, ting-a-ling-a, call me back home. Ring, ting-a-ling-a-ring, ting-a-ling-a-bell-bird. Ring, ting-a-ling-a, call me back home.
While strolling along in the country, reviewing the scenes new and old, I saw an old-fashioned log cabin, so beautiful there to behold. The stranger was standing in silence, his eyes firmly fixed on the door. My heart ached in pity to see him, for these were the words that it bore. And the sign, it read, an old cabin for sale, an old oaken bucket and well. He'd return to see no log on the fire and a light burning bright in the dell. Many years an old couple so patiently looked for their boy whose life promise did fail. Now the old rocking chair will be rocking no more. There's an old log cabin for sale. Welcome I read on the floor mat, an old braided rug by the door. The hands of an angel had made it, with many a prayer prayed before. In an old rocking chair on she waited, for one glimpse of him how she yearned. But now he was standing in silence, too late, yes, too late he'd return. And the sign it read, an old cabin for sale, an old oaken bucket and well. Easy terms, just keep a log on the fire and a light burning bright in the dell. Many years an old couple so patiently looked for their boy whose life promise did fail. Now the old rocking chair will be rocking no more. There's an old log cabin for sale. There's no place like home.
I've lived a lot of tracks on these old highways. I've been everywhere from New York to L.A. I've spent my whole life pushing diesels, and my hair is turning solid gray. But I wouldn't trade my rig for love nor money. It's the deepest love I've ever known. But there's just one more thing I want when my last trucking days are done. When I'm gone, don't bring me flowers, and don't shed no tears for good old Joe. Just bury me beside an open highway and let me hear them diesels blow. When my time is up, I don't mind going, 'cause I've had a good life on these roads. Me and this old truck have had some hard times, and we've pulled our share of heavy loads. Yeah, me and this old Max are getting old now, but we've still got a lot of roads to run. But there's just one more thing I want when my last trucking days are done. Well, when I'm gone, don't bring me flowers, and don't shed no tears for good old Joe. Just bury me beside an open highway and let me hear them diesels blow. Let me hear them diesels blow.
dream the other night, or a nightmare should I say, or call it horrors if you like, I had it anyway. I cannot say for certain why this nightmare came to me. Perhaps it was because I had some horseflesh for my tea. Those nasty old depression years had hit me and my mate. It looked as if we'd have to starve and quit the human race. We didn't even have a crumb and we couldn't starve, of course. To get a feed of good fresh meat, we killed our old cart horse. I had a lot of helpings, though the meat was mighty tough. I was so meat hungry that I scarce could eat enough. But I was quite a glutton for this horseflesh, so it seems. And when I went to bed that night, I had this awful dream. I dreamt I saw a big marquee, a Wild West rodeo. I saw the crowd 10,000 strong, all seated for the show. They soon brought in our old cart horse and offered 50 quid for any man to ride him out. Down from my seat I slid. Soon I hit the saddle seat and let him have his head. He bucked and spun and snorted loud, his eyes were fiery red. Ride him, cowboy, yelled the crowd, you'll win that 50 quid. When all at once a mighty buck the awful mischief did. I was thrown among the crowd and landed on my head. When I came to, I found my mate sitting up in bed. Go to bed alone, he said, don't doss down with the mate. Or take a tip as sure as eggs, you'll meet an awful fate. It's not so bad you yelling out and jumping round the shack, but when it comes to strangling me and vaulting on my back, you've dug your spurs into my ribs, you've bashed me black and blue. This nightmare's far beyond a joke, no more horse flesh for you.
Well, I've just about had enough of you, and don't carry on.
Don't try to be good fight. Blimey,
Now,
Charlie.
here's another one.
I won't come on, throw up no more.
Wedded life is perfect bliss, that's what some people say. All you do is hug and kiss to pass the time away. But since the day I married you, to live my life of dreams, just an endless nightmare is all my life has been.
Oh, now, just a minute.
Do you mind waiting till I've finished? You think that you're the only one who should go out at night. You leave me home to mind the kids. You think that's quite alright. When things go wrong, I get the blame. You're like all other men. You tell me I'm a doggone fool. Well, you can say that again.
When work is through and I get home from a long and tiring day, The only time you greet me is the night I've got my pay. And if perchance I've had a drink, you think that it's a crime. And I wish I'd not come home at all to the same old nagging line.
Well, pity you didn't stay where
Oh, yakety, yakety, yakety. You accuse me of two-timing you, but how could that be true? 'Cause I just couldn't stand no more, it's bad enough with you. Then you crown me with the rolling pin, you lock me out and then you cry we're heading for the rocks, and you can say that again. Let's get together on this.
Well, we'll try.
No matter what we say or do, it ends up with a fight. We entertain our neighbors with a new one every night. But when all is said and done, we know that every now and then making up is lots of fun, and you can say that again.
Tonight here by the roadside, after driving hard all day, dreaming of the old folks and the homestead all the way. In dreams I see the old place, I'll be there within a week, where there's gum trees by the roadway and willows by the creek. I see the homestead cattle as round the place they roam. The old man with the horses on the fields of golden loam. And mother in the doorway just to make this scene complete, with gum trees by the roadway and willows by the creek. I'd like to tell my story in a simple kind of way. It's happened many hundreds in this war-torn world today. I heard the call for duty, so I donned a khaki suit, and I marched away from the gum trees and the willows by the creek. Now when the war was over and we'd marched the victory mile, the ties with home were broken, and from there I stayed a while. I palled up with some fellas just to live on Easy Street, and forgot about the gum trees and the willows by the creek. But when you land in trouble and you're placed behind those bars, that's when you start dreaming of the country, moon and stars. And when at last they free you and you step out on the street, nothing then could hold you from the homestead by the creek. That's why tonight I'm standing by this cheery roadside fire, taken in the country underneath the summer stars. From now on you will find me where the air is fresh and sweet, where forever there'll be gum trees and willows by the creek.
I left my home along the track, and I'm off to Vietnam.
or sit on our stockyard rail. So I'll leave the old shores of my native land, and I'll try to do my duty like a man. And if folks should stop and ask you where I am, you can proudly say the jungles of Vietnam. My father was a soldier too, from Crete to Borneo. I still recall how much we cried when came his time to go. So I will follow in his steps while there's a job to do, because I love this wide brown land. I have to see it through. So I'll leave the old shores of my native land, and I'll try to do my duty like a man. And if folks should stop and ask you where I am, you can proudly say the jungles of Vietnam. And if folks should stop and ask you where I am, you can proudly say the jungles of Vietnam.
My brother drove some cattle down old Nebraska way. He met Sioux City Sue in the state of Iowa. I thought I'd take that same old trail, and when I did the same, I met a gorgeous lady, and Sally was her name. She's a sister of Sue, Sioux City Sue. Same red hair and eyes of blue that do such funny things to you. Oh boy, what a gal is Sue's sister Sal. Cowboy dream come true, and she's just as sweet as Sue. And lady, oh, oh, your little lady, and little I tipped my hat and said hello. Her smile says, how do you do? I told her about my brother who loves Sioux City Sue. She said, come out and meet the folks. I know they'll both like you. I liked her pa and mother, and I fell for daughter too. She's a sister of Sue, the old lady. Same red hair and eyes of blue that do such funny things to you. Oh boy, what a gal is Sue's sister Sal. Cowboy dream come true, and she's just as sweet as Sue. And lady, oh, oh, your little lady, and I, and lady, oh, oh, your little lady, and now when I started courting her, I got a flying start. I wound up in her arms with the lasso round my heart. Oh, brother, did she rope me in, she roped me on the spart. Her big blue eyes and red hair just tied me in a knot. She's a sister of Sue, Sioux City Sue. Same red hair and eyes of blue that do such funny things to you. Oh boy, what a gal is Sue's sister Sal. cowboy dream come true, and she's just as sweet as Susie.
Oh, stop a while and listen to my stories of this great Australian countryside of ours, of our grand old pioneers in the days of Cobb and Co. And the story of Ned Kelly is one you all should know. I'm a wandering musician, I haven't got a care. I have no home to go to, so I wander here and there. I love to tell the tales of our land so wide and free. So won't you stop a minute and listen close to me? Old lady, old little doody, old lady, old lady, old lady, old lady, old lady, old lady, old little doody, old lady, old little doody, old lady, old lady, old lady. Now I've been to Darwin, right through sunny Queensland, from the Alice to the mines of Kalgoorlie. Heard the miners sing at night when the stars are shining bright. For this rambling life I'm leading is good enough for me. I'm a wandering musician, I haven't got a care. I have no home to go to, so I wander here and there. I love to tell the tales of our land so wide and free. So won't you stop a minute and listen close to me? Old lady, old little doody, old lady, old little lady, old lady, old lady, old lady, old lady, old little doody, old lady, old little lady, old lady, old lady, old lady.
We've heard such a lot of unions and strikes, of underpaid wharfies enforcing their rights. But this is a strike that hasn't happened before. Now the jockeys are striking, they're racing no more. Now to most of us chaps, it was the best way. Every week or a fortnight, hand mama the pay. And then on the Saturday, all that we won was ours for the keeping, for a little bit of fun. But the jockeys are striking now, I'm asking you. Since there are no races, what can a man do? At Doomben and Randwick no races are run, and the greyhounds have moved into Old Flemington. Now just yesterday, on my way home from work, the mate said to me, I guess a beer wouldn't hurt. What's wrong with you? I said, what a Jew porn. He said, Mama paid me for mowing the lawn. A new baker came round to our house today, said he was Neville from out Randwick way. He told us that business was never so fast. Then I noticed that Tulloch was pulling his cart. Oh, the jockeys are striking now, I'm asking you. Since there are no races, what can a man do? I've cut out my smoking nights with the mates, and down at the local it's all on the slate. Then I went to the football with a pass to get in, and outside the entrance I heard a violin. With hat on the ground, a flash car standing by was our SP bookie with tears in his eyes. They've hung up their batteries, their jiggers and dope. The whole racing business has gone up in smoke. I'll go into town, book my seat to the moon, and pray that the races might start up there soon. Oh, the jockeys are striking now, I'm asking you. Since there are no races, what can a man do? I've sold up my car, there's no more driving out, and down at the local I'm dodging the shout.
Yes, down at the local I'm dodging the shout.
He's a barman they couldn't sack. He's a barman they couldn't sack. There's no flame and fear, he'll never leave that beer. He's a barman they couldn't sack. Oh, Billy loved his bottle. He had a thirst that's a beaut. He drank all the day and soaked up his pay, so the boss gave Billy the boot. She's right, she's sweet, said Billy. I'll go and pack up my gear. But soon as the boss went out of the bar, old Bill nipped back to his beer. He's a barman they couldn't sack. He's a barman they couldn't sack. There's no flame and fear, he'll never leave that beer. He's a barman they couldn't sack. The boss saw Bill still working. What in blue blazes, he roared. I thought I told you to get off my back. Better go before you get floored. She's right, she's sweet, said Billy. Wait till I lace up my shoe. But soon as the boss went out of the bar, old Bill was sampling the brew. Next day the boss was livid. When he saw Bill, he just shook. He started to joke, but then saw the joke, and he laughed until he was crook. She's right, she's sweet, said Billy. Everyone laughed till they cried, 'cause soon as the boss went out of the bar, old Bill hopped smartly inside. He's a barman they couldn't sack. He's a barman they couldn't sack. There's no flame and fear, he'll never leave that beer. He's a barman they couldn't sack.
Well, I was hitching a ride on the windy Hokitika Road when along came a lorry with a high-end canvas-covered load. If you're going to Hokitika, Chief, with me you can ride. So I climbed in the cabin and I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd seen a road with so many crooked miles. I said, listen, Ehoa, I've traveled every road in these shaky isles, 'cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Seen the geysers there, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been a Hinamo, Wangaro, Acro, Motueka, Toro, Watero, Perongaro, Kororeka, Rewaka, Rimataka, Tika, Raka, Wangare, New Haka, Wanaka, Waka, Waka, Warake, Mokatino, Awakino, Mankakino, Rongatai, Matawai, Kawai, Maritai. I'm the guy who's been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Seen the geysers there, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Like Corey Hardy, you've been to Woodville, Lummersville, Daggerville, Legatuna, Helensville, Morrinsville, Hunterville, Lutuna, Boot, Tiki, Pika, Greeky, Obatiki, Waitanka, Pipariki, Kiki, Pika, Greeky, Hoki, and Timaru, Wamaru, Tuckamaroo, Tutteru, Nui, Awanui, Wanganui, Taramanui, it's all Hui. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Seen the geysers there, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. That's plenty cap, What about Featherston, Palmerston, Wellington, Tealmuda, Riverton, Hamilton, Picton, Ahina, Mora, Curry, Canary, Mangatoroda, Generota, Maniapoda, Kerry, White, Taki, Poo, Kaki, Taranaki, Tikawata, Road, Pata, Mata, Arrowata. What's the matter? I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Seen the geysers there, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Hey, listen, Horry, you've not been to Patty, to Rotorua, White Power, Take, Witty, Capity, Carapity, Calica, Party, Oki, Carami, Pectu, White, Poo, White, Tabby, Magatapa, Pukura, Nui, Tamuri, Warney, White, Caraway, Turn out, Foreign out. You know now, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Seen the geysers there, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been here, there, everywhere. I've been everywhere. Okay, Horry. You've been every place except one. You sure don't need my help to get there.
I've been everywhere.
Well, I was humping my bluey on the dusty Oodnadatta road when along came a semi with a high-end canvas-covered load. If you're going to Oodnadatta, mate, with me you can ride. So I climbed in the cabin and I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd seen a road with so much dust and sand. I said, listen, mate, I've traveled every road in this hill land, 'cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour, Lismore, Malunabah, Nambour, Ridgetour, Kilmore, Marillabah, Birdsville, Emmaville, Wallaville, Conovanna, Connemara, Strathround, Proserpine, Alladala, Darwin, Gindin, Nilliquin, Muckilla, Wallamilla, Bugabilla, Cumberilla, I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Yeah, but listen here, mate, if you've been
to Moree, Taree, Drillaby, Bamboo, Toowoomba, Gunnedah, Carringbar, Woolloomooloo, Dalveen, Tambourine, Ningadeen, Jindabyne, Lithgow, Casino, Brigalow, Narromine, Megalong, Wyong, Tuggerawong, Wangarilla, Morilla, Ogathella, Brindabella. I'm the fella who's been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Yeah, I know that, but if you've been to
Wollongong, Geelong, Currajong, Mullumbeen, Mittagong, Molong, Drong, Gunda, Windy, Yarra, Yarra, Boondara, Wongara, Tara, Marabou, Garra, Gundagai, Narrabri, Dubara, Golgong, Adelong, Billabong, Cabramatta, Parramatta, Wongarata, Coolangatta. What's the matter? I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Yeah, look, that's fine, but how about...
Big Long, Dandenong, Woodenbong, Ballarat, Canberra, Mulperra, Ewan, Skunk, Flat, Clonkai, River Murray, Curry, Goorooeen, Terryville, Stock, Millville, Collaroy, Narrabeen, Bendigo, Darrigo, Bangalore, Winderpuri, Kirribilli, Urunpilly, Wallanjuli. Don't be silly, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been here, there, everywhere. I've been everywhere.
Okay, mate, you've been every place except one, and you don't need my help to get there.
I'm between the devil and the deep blue sea. I sit here and wonder what will become of me. The world is all against me, my plans have all gone wrong. I begin to wonder if I'll ever get along. When I stepped out in the world, I started off all right. Everything, including my future, looked bright. But I got lost somewhere along life's rocky way. I took the crooked path, now I have to pay. It hurts when I look back upon all those wasted years. I think of the mistakes I made which brought so many tears. If I had another chance, I'd follow that straight line. But memories of my wayward past are with me all the time. I'm between the devil and the deep blue sea. I sit here and wonder what will become of me. The world is all against me, my plans have all gone wrong. I begin to wonder if I'll ever get along. I'm between the devil and the deep blue sea.
The dawning and the sunrise on Australia's golden hills by a bugle call was greeted and the pealing of the bell. You ask if I remember, my eyes are wet with tears. Before me is a picture I remember through the years. White crosses in the jungle by a still and silent bay tell their own sad story of someone far away. Those crosses in the jungle, in their straight along the lines of white, is the reason why there's weeping around the Anzac shrine tonight. Cross that's standing beside a tropic sea, somewhere a heart that's broken lives on in memory. Maybe a grey-haired mother or a wife who can't forget, or a little boy and girlie who cry for daddy yet. White crosses in the jungle by a still and silent bay tell their own sad story of someone far away. Those crosses in the jungle, in their straight along the lines of white, is the reason why there's weeping around the Anzac shrine tonight.
There's a trail that's leading west, way out to the mountain crest, where the skies are crimson in the sunset glow. I will saddle up and ride out across that great divide, for it's back there I am longing now to go. On the trail where the Rockies meet the sunset, I'll be hanging up my worn old saddle soon, where the breezes seem to say, cowboy, don't ride away, someone waits beside that blue lagoon. On the trail there's an old home of my boyhood, and memories are haunting me, I know. Where the sunset skies are flushed and the range at night is hushed by the breeze that whispers soft and low. On the trail where the Rockies meet the sunset, I'll be hanging up my worn old saddle soon, where the breezes seem to say, cowboy, don't ride away. Someone waits beside that blue lagoon. On the trail there's an old home of my boyhood, and memories are haunting me, I know. Where the sunset skies are flushed and the range at night is hushed by the breeze that whispers soft and low.
I'm waking just as the dawn's breaking, prepared for a new day of toil. While horse bells are tingling and hobble chains jingling, I sing while the old Billy boils. I've got my stock horse, my whip and my dogs, and I camp 'neath the stars above. 'Tis a life I was born to, and here I belong, in a wild rugged land that I love. Hi-dee, ole, ole, dee-dee-dee. Hi-dee, ole, dee, ole, dee, ole. With nature around me, I check on the boundary, or muster the strays from the rain. I've never repented, I'm free and contented, from this life I never would change. I've got my stock horse, my whip and my dogs, and I camp 'neath the stars above. 'Tis a life I was born to, and here I belong, in a wild rugged land that I love. Hi-dee, ole, ole, hi-dee, ole, dee, ole, dee, ole. I've listened to fellas, some great storytellers, from cities and towns by the sea, where bright lights are gleaming, but I can't help dreaming of my camp 'neath the coolibah tree. I've got my stock horse, my whip and my dogs, and I camp 'neath the stars above. 'Tis a life I was born to, and here I belong, in a wild rugged land that I love. Some evenings while gazing at the campfire blazing, my mind goes back through the years, to a man and his young bride, a prayer by her graveside, and a headstone all stained with his tears. I've got my stock horse, my whip and my dogs, and I camp 'neath the stars above. 'Tis a life I was born to, and here I belong, in a wild rugged land that I love. In a wild rugged land that I love.
Goodbye, swingers, I sure hate to foul up a good reputation now, but I've already done a little more than the law of odds allows. I've been shot at by jealous husbands, cut on with a knife, discovered today unlucky to have my life. So I ain't gonna swing no more, no more. Ain't gonna swing no more. Here's my empty glass, don't pour, 'cause I ain't gonna swing no more. Now I bent a car around a telegraph pole and I didn't even get a scratch. Spent 3 days in the county jail and they wouldn't even give me a match. I fell in love with a no-good woman and everybody told me so. In 61 she took a little trip, never did tell me where she gonna go. So I ain't gonna swing no more, no more. I ain't gonna swing no more. Don't ask me to go out and roar, 'cause I ain't gonna swing no more. A pretty girl walked up to me the other day and asked me how I got so old. I told her I was only 25, the poor thing passed out cold. So I rushed home and found me a mirror and looking back at me, sure enough I saw an old man where a young man ought to be. So I ain't gonna swing no more, no more. I ain't gonna swing no more. I wanna live to at least 34, so I ain't gonna swing no more. No, I ain't gonna swing no more, no more. Ain't gonna swing no more. Don't ask me to go out and roar, 'cause I ain't gonna swing no more. No, I ain't gonna swing no more, no more. I ain't gonna roar no more. Here's my empty glass, don't pour, 'cause I ain't gonna swing no more.
As I read the morning papers, I look the want ads through. I thought that I might try to find some honest work to do. I knew that I had never shirked the work assigned to me, but young men wanted for the job is all that I could see. Young men wanted is all you hear today. Young men wanted, the old man cast away. I pray the Lord to help me these weary years to find the missing link that lies between 40 and 65. I may get the old age pension if I see 65, but I've so many years to go, how can I stay alive? For when you reach the middle age, your useful days are through. With young men taking all the jobs, there's nothing left to do. Young men wanted is all you hear today. Young men wanted, the old man cast away. I pray the Lord to help me these weary years to find the missing link that lies between 40 and 65. When this dreary life is ended and I am laid to rest, my weary soul will take its flight to mansions of the blessed. St. Peter then will welcome me the moment I arrive, and I won't have to wait outside until I'm 65. Young men wanted is all you hear today. Young men wanted, the old man cast away. I pray the Lord to help me these weary years to find the missing link that lies between 40 and 65.
You've travelled thousands of miles to see a winning smile, and Australia welcomes you. You know, we're a strange old lot, but you're welcome to what we've got. And these words will help get you through. Dead set. Reggie Ditch. Spot on. Dinky die. True blue. Cowbunger. Fair dinkum. Means I wouldn't dodge you. Now don't get in the blue. Stone the crows. Don't come the raw prawn. Fair sucker the sav. Tell him to pull his head in. Suck a lemon. Drop it, sport. Hack off. Give it a miss, mate. Don't get off your bike. Stick it up 'em for the rent. Brisbane's grouse. The bee's knees. The duck's guts. Perler. Ace. Million miles an hour. A little ripper. A humdinger. You'll love the food. Oh, you'll eat till you're chock-a-block. Full as a boot. Stuffed like a capsicum. Full as a fowl. Yes, you'll be as full as a state school hat rack. Time for a drink? Well, you'll be bending the elbow, cracking a tube, hitting the slops, sinking a coldie, eating your bicky, tearing a tinny, having one with a dash, a 10-ounce sandwich. And we hope you don't get crook. Otherwise, you'll be off like your brother's sock. You'll be on the nose, crook as a chook and sick as a dog. And what's that? Someone's opened their play lunch. Passed the parcel. Torn one off? Well, they'll be looking for the little house. Seen a man about a dog, watering his horse, splashing his shoes. Off for a Jimmy or a Snakes, or a King Henry and an Edgar. He'd be looking for the Dunny, the Lou, the Dyke, or the Shouse. Oh, you've had a good time. Chunder, Crying Ruth, Parking the Tiger, Technicolor Yawn, laughing at the grass, throwing your voice, saying hello to the big moose and the big white telephone. And eat. Oh, when you eat, you'll eat. You'll eat the leg of a rag doll through a cane chair. Yeah, you'll fancy some tucker. The worms will be biting. You'll eat a horse and chase the rider. You'll eat a fly-blown mango and the left leg of a skinny priest. Just about time for you to shoot through and farewell to your cheese and kisses, the billy lids, the trouble and strife, the ankle biters and the scone grabbers, the better half, the boss, the cook, the chairman of the board, the owner, breeder and trainer. You'll be off like a Bondi tram, a bucket of prawns in the sun. Don't laugh at us. We think you talk funny too.
Have you rode the rugged ridges in the sleet and snow, or rounded up scrub cattle where the snowy river flows? Have you been out on the mountain when the rain came tumbling down, when the river runs a banker and you can't get back to town? Have you been so cold and hungry and tobacco's running short, you'd pull your hair out by the roots or fight for less than naught? Your horse and dog are trembling, your saddle soaking wet, so you swim the flooded river, icy cold and swirling dead. But let it rain forever, say the happy croaking frogs, as you spur your mountain pony and across the ridges jog. You call upon a neighbor, catch your feet for dog and horse, then gorge yourself on spuds and beef and have a second course. You tell them of the ride you've had, then share a corny joke, then sit around the old log fire and roll a decent smoke. You've yawned away well through the night, the cock crows from the shed, another cup of tea with toast and toddle off to bed. Your horse and dog have rested, once more your saddle's dry. A jackass laughed to wake you, then you bid your friends goodbye. This world has many pleasures, but friendship's hard to find. By the foothills of the snowy mountains, let me live and die. By the foothills of the snowy mountains, let me live and die.
It's lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, morbid or drear, than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. Now the publican's anxious for the quota to come, and there's a faraway look on the face of the bum. The maid's gone all cranky and the cook's acting queer. Oh, what a terrible place is a pub with no beer. Then the stockman rides up with his dry, dusty throat. He breasts up to the bar and pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer as the barman says sadly, the pub's got no beer. Then the swaggy comes in, smothered in dust and flies. He throws down his roll and rubs the sweat from his eyes. But when he is told, he says, "What's this I hear? I've trudged 50 flamin' miles to a pub with no beer." There's a dog on the veranda, for his master he waits, but the boss is inside, drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover and he cringes in fear. It's no place for a dog round a pub with no beer. Old Billy the blacksmith, the first time in his life, has gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, "You're early, my dear." But then he breaks down and he tells her the pub's got no beer. So it's lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, morbid or drear, than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer.